welcome. My name is Stephanie Williams. Welcome to Living Karma Yoga TV. Today I am very happy to lead a Karma Yoga class. This class is designed for all levels, suitable for the new student to the experienced practitioner. So if you feel inclined, I invite you wherever you are to find some space and join along with us today. All right. So today, Tim and Simone will get started in Sukhasana, sweet seat, or easy cross-legged seat. Always the option as you are to sit atop a blanket or prop. This will help find a little more lift in the low back and space for shoulders and knees to lower more towards the earth. Right. Go ahead, take any first initial movements, subtle movements through shoulders, head, and neck as you settle in. Right. And a gentle reminder, this is your yoga practice, it's an experience you yourself are actively creating. So feel free, stay tuned into your body, honor your own needs, and modify up or down throughout as you see fit. Right. So when ready, go ahead, guiding yourself towards your tall spine as you close the eyes, landing the hands anywhere comfortable. Right. Dedicating these first few moments of class to actively settle in and ground. Okay. It can take some time for the body to catch up with what the mind already knows is happening, and to enable this transition to your practice, we'll embrace the breath. Okay. So gently here, starting to flood your attention with just the breath. Noticing any initial qualities of the breath itself, its movement and flow, how it travels through the body, passing through areas of space or areas of tension. The breath is the foundation of a yoga practice. Right. Yoga teaches us to breathe consciously with more comfort and ease. And if you were to remain here in stillness for the remainder of the session with your attention on just the breath, you would be actively participating. So with that in mind, a few more long breath cycles. In its own magical way, the breath will guide itself to a longer, deeper, and more complete rhythm. The exhales, observing the ground beneath your seat. The inhales, a little more lightness and lift across the chest and heart space. And when ready here, if not there already, guide your hands at the knees. And starting here, rounds of seated cat-cow. Here in seated cat-cow, still following the breath, using your inhales to rock the belly, ribs, and chest forward. The exhale, soft around the spine, bowing chin towards chest. Utilizing the seated cat-cow to embrace a little more warmth throughout the body and length of spine. Right. As you come to assess those hidden areas of tension, sending your movement into those spaces. Right. Then after another pass or two longer, take your time, you'll meet upward in a tall seat. Together, taking 3 rounds of sun breaths as if to gather it all in, breath and movement. When ready, on your in-breath, slow to lift arms overhead, energize through fingertips, palms meet. On the exhale, threading hands down through heart center. 2 more rounds, even slower, deeper, more complete. An inhale, arms reach tall. Take palm to palm, hands land back down, heart center. And last smooth round, an inhale to lift arms tall, deep breath. Feel the very peak of the in-breath. Likewise, on your exhale here, guide the breath down, low belly. Right. Then slow to interlace fingers. You'll press the palms forward and gently start to round the back body. Once again, bow chin towards chest. A moment's pause here as you feel the shoulder blades broadening. Let the head rest heavy and invite low belly in towards spine. Next inhale, rock it forward, arms sweep towards ears. Keep the shoulders anchoring away from ears. Another in-breath to lengthen tall. And next exhale, at a side bend to the right. Right. Stay steady in the breath, comfort and ease all the while. As next inhale, reset through center, both arms lift. And exhale, switch sides. Right. As you inhale, grow tall through center, release the hands, full energy through fingertips. Now moving one movement, one breath. Your exhales to twist to one side, turn the gaze back. Then as you begin the inhale, unravel, arms reach towards ears once again. And exhale, soft to turn, opposite side. Right. Take your time here. You'll take 2 more passes side to side. One movement, one breath. Still linking here, letting the breath settle into the body, continuing to warm. Continue, reach tall. Exhale to twist as you rotate around the spine. And final pass, right to left. Maybe feeling a little more range of motion here on this exhale. Deepen the twist, gaze turns back. And inhale, slow through center, re-lengthen. Sense the midline as you rotate around that space. Twist opposite side. All right, inhale, unravel, both arms lift. Go ahead, land the hands down. As you'll take a moment, adjust the legs long in front. Okay. So sense here right off the bat, as you flex the feet, lengthen the legs. If there's any direct tension or strain in the low back, go ahead, take a bend into knees. This will encourage long lines at the low back. Good. So up to you. Feel the rooting down through the legs. Fingertips reach back as you lift tall through waist and chest. The next couple exhales, just the belly and chest forward. So a soft angling forward here in this variation, forward fold. Stay with it a few breaths. Right. Beautiful form here as you maintain the length of spine, straight extension of the neck. This variation imprints the postural muscles as you soften shoulder blades back and down. Good, and energy of the shoulder blades themselves inward. Right. Another deep exhale. With your in-breath, lift and lengthen tall, reset and narrow the stance, walk toes together. Come to crisscross, right foot past the left leg. Start with hands at shin. Press the hands back, feel a lift of the chest and waist, then variation seated twist. Right hand floats back, left arm wraps around. Pause here, a few extra breaths now. Now there's some time to soften into the twist. Right. Inner mantra here is inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhales as you deepen the twist. Use your belly, draw it in. And one more long, deep out breath. As the gaze turns forward first, unravel Janu Shirshasana. As you take sole of foot at inner thigh, right knee relaxes to the side. Always option to take a block or extra prop underneath the knee for a little more support. Then hand at knee, press the hand back, keep the front foot long, flexed. And similar entry here as you'll angle chest and belly forward, keep the length of spine. Then as you settle in, cat paw the hands forward, maybe finding a little more room, utilizing the out breaths to soften into the fold. In any longer held pose, you have time to come back to the breath. It's quite normal for the mind to wander. If and when it does, acknowledge and shift your attention back to the breath. Okay. Then with your inhale, guide yourself back up through seated. Extend the right leg forward, maybe a couple ankle rolls or rumble of the knees to release. Start with the narrow stance, crisscross left foot as we'll take opposite side. Hands at shin first, lift tall, a few shoulder rolls here, encourage shoulders back and down. As you'll take left hand behind, wrap the front arm around, lift tall first, then sense the midline as you start to twist, turning the gaze back. Right. Also in any given pose, come to sense your ground. Building your awareness from the ground upward as you press the back side of right leg towards the mat. Hips stay even and grounded as you lift tall first. Good. Chest is broad, shoulders anchor, and you turn the gaze back. Final exhale. As the gaze goes forward, unravel. Take sole of foot at inner thigh, left knee to the side. Good. Hands to the side first as you prop the upper body tall. Then belly and chest forward as you enter the forward fold. Cat paw the hands to the side. In any forward folding, you can always modify bending the extended leg your own range of motion. Final exhale, using your exhales to soften. As the hands then walk inward, go ahead, grow tall. Take the leg out in front. Again, another couple ankle rolls or rumbles of the knees. Then as you're seated on the blanket, go ahead and remove it to the side, setting up for Navasana boat pose. Cup hands underneath knees. Good. Tap toes and knees together before floating into pose. A few shoulder rolls here. This is a full body activation pose. Sometimes it can cause a little bit of anticipation. Keep your attention on the present moment, moving step by step. Then soft to tip back. Right. Embrace these steps by steps, and as you move along, if you notice the quality of breath shifts or the shoulders start to round through, take a step back, open up, find the freedom of breath, and then choice to move forward or not. Right. One more smooth in breath, you've got it. Maybe add a gentle smile, that's it. Then land the hands down, tap the feet down, bring soles of feet together, knees wide. Hands at shins or ankles, setting up here 2 expressions of Baddha Konasana bound angle pose. Lift tall first, low belly snugs in. First few exhales, just belly and chest forward. Right. So here in this first expression, you're lengthening inner thighs, feeling a deeper root down through the knees and a broad tone across the back body. Right. Then as you choose, you can stay where you are or come to walk the hands forward. Cat paw the hands out in front, reach forward, and soft to bow and round the upper body. Here in this second expression, you may feel a little bit more sensation along inner thighs and groin. Allow the head to rest heavy towards chest, any gentle rocking of the head and shoulders side to side, up to you. Right. Again, recalling, using your exhales to soften. Right. Finding those hidden areas of tension where you can invite them to release. Then the hands start to walk in. As you lift your upper body, hands at outer knees, draw the knees out in front. Then take your own transition forward, hands and knees, tabletop. Right. Here on hands and knees, you can always place a thin layer of blanket or an extra mat pad underneath the knees for more cushion and support, up to you. And inch the wrists a little bit further past the shoulders so that the wrists aren't quite at 90 degrees. Open fingers wide, press through the whole surface area of hands. And then here, just about 2 to 3 rounds of cat-cow breath on hands and knees. The inhales, belly down, chest forward, lift the gaze. The exhales, curl round the back body as you broaden the shoulder blades. Good. Just 2 to 3 more passes. Noticing here on hands and knees, the hips are free from the mat, so there's more space for the hips to tilt front to back, creating more release on the low back, as well as adding length on hamstrings and hamstrings attachments. Right. Then take your time, meet back in a neutral tabletop. Feel broadness across the collarbone, tone in the low abdomen as you fill out the low back with breath. Right. Then we'll take walking spinal balance. As with your inhale, slow to lift opposite limbs, one leg back, one arm forward. Right. With your exhale, go ahead, replace down hand and knee. As you inhale, switch sides. Right. So this is a very invigorating technique. Here in walking spinal balance, you're noticing how your movement is always in transition. And here with the transition, you come to see that sometimes the transitions themselves are just equally as important as any still held pose. Right. Take about 2 more passes side to side, all the while sensing the control through the core, space between hips and shoulders. The movement itself is an extension of just the arm and leg front to back. Right. Then let's meet with right leg back, left arm forward. A moment's pause in neutral spinal balance. Low abdomen tone. Right. One more deep in-breath. On your exhale, tap just the right toes down, legs stay straight, reset, peel left arm across the body and up, adding a twist. So the left arm draws high towards the ceiling, that's it. Energy here is chest forward, shoulders stack, that's it. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, lower hand and gaze, replace the knee, back to the mat. Maybe take a few hip circles here to reset, about 2 to 3 in both directions. All right. Then when steady here, meeting back, neutral tabletop, find the firmness through the abdomen. Opposite side, left leg extends back, flex the foot. When ready, right arm forward. You can always modify here by keeping the hand at the mat, no problem. Right. Feel your breath expand from back heel through the fingertips. And when ready on your out breath, lower the left toes to the mat. Slow to reset front arm, peel it across the body and up to twist. Right. The more you press down through bottom hand, more lift you may feel drawing upward. Right. One more smooth breath in. On your exhale, lower hand engaged, replace the knee to the mat. Come to open the knees slightly wider than hips, big toes touch as you melt down into Balasana, child's pose. If this causes any direct strain onto the knees, you can modify by walking the hips a little bit higher towards the ceiling, angling the hands further forward. Right. And here in child's pose, in any given yoga practice, it's a beautiful place to return to when wanting to reconnect with breath or opt out of any given pose or sequence. And gently here, next in-breath, rock it back forward, hands and knees, tabletop. Right, adjust knees under hips, open fingers wide, seal off the space between skin and mat. As you then tuck the toes, low belly firm, send the hips backward, then up through Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And notice your initial length of spine and legs. Then add any movement you'd like to encourage more length. Pedaling through knees and heels, rocking of hips side to side. Right. In just a moment here, we'll come back towards stillness and recalling in downward facing dog, similar to forward folding. The long spine's more important than straight legs. So maybe here let's explore. Take a bend into knees, angle belly towards thigh, chest towards knees. Take the long spine first, that's it. Then today, tomorrow, next week, next year, the legs will slowly lengthen. Right. One more round of breath. With your inhale, lift the heels high, take small steps forward, feet towards hands. You'll land with feet about hips width for Ragdoll Expression Uttanasana Forward Fold. Here in Ragdoll, keep at least a micro bend into knees. You can always take a deeper bend, no problem. Wrapping hands towards opposite elbows. Any swaying movement, side to side or front to back. Noticing here in Ragdoll the contrast between the strong, sturdy legs and the soft, open release of the upper body. It's another great pose to scan the upper body for those hidden areas of tension where the mind likes to hold on. And if you find them, invite the breath to smooth those areas out. Then you'll meet in center, release the hands, take a deep bend into knees as you slowly curl upward through standing. As you lift, add a few shoulder rolls and deep breaths. Right. Then the shoulders land back and down, stepping into Tadasana Mountain Pose. Go ahead, close the eyes, already observing any shifts and changes in both body and mind. Here in Tadasana, not only finding full body activation, but also full body awareness and acceptance. Right. Then observe the ground through your feet. You'll keep an even weight as you reach arms tall overhead. Right hand, left wrist. As you lengthen left side body, grow tall. Keep your energy up and then tip towards the right, standing side bend variation. Observe any shifts and changes as well in quality of breath here. Keep the even tone. Reset in center, lengthen as you switch sides, right hand, left wrist. Lengthen left side body, tailbone down, low belly in, tip it up and to the side. Any given yoga pose, looking to find long lines, space for the body to breathe. Lift back through center, arms reach tall, then take palm to palm, hands lower back, heart center. Right. Now you'll adjust hands at hips. Go ahead, take kind of a medium step back with the right foot. Notice your feet are hips width, so in line with hips, space to adjust hips and shoulders forward. Good. Aim tailbone down, a few shoulder rolls, softening through the upper body. Then left hand will stay at hip as you breathe the right arm high. Good. Sense the midline of the body, a little bit of a balance challenge here as you start to tip once again to the side. We won't stay here too long. Go ahead, lift through center. Hands lower down into a low V. Recalling where you were earlier in the tabletop position here, as we'll find that space with the upper body. As you exhale, go ahead and hinge forward, tailbone back, chest forward. Full energy through the fingertips. Maintain the feet flat to the mat. Good. Although, yes, this is a forward fold with lengthen the hamstrings, intense chest stretch has more of an emphasis on drawing shoulders up, shoulder blades in. Okay. Then you'll reset, lift tall, come towards standing. Bear weight now on the front foot, resting back tippy toes to the mat. A balance challenge here for sure. As you bend into standing leg, feel your ground. Also observe the long line from back heel through crown of head. Then soft to angle forward through a warrior 3 expression. All right, in any balanced pose, and here especially in warrior 3, the long line from heel through crown of head is what's important, rather than the angle at which you tip forward. So always move in an angle that feels best for you. And then when ready on an in-breath, float the foot up through center, add a few shoulder rolls to reset in between sides. Then we'll go ahead, take that opposite side. Left foot steps back. Feet are hips width, room for shoulders and hips to go forward. This expression, either hands in low V, or option to take the hands back towards opposite hip, hands in prayer. All right, up to you. A deep breath, lengthen. And exhale, soft to tip it forward, angling tailbone back, chest forward. Keep the abdomen firm. This requires a lot of core strength. Shoulders draw up, that's it. Then next inhale, reset, grow tall. Return to standing, hands down, low V. We'll find a brief expression this side, Virabhadrasana 3. Rock onto the front foot, small bend in standing leg. Then soft to tilt forward. As well, in any given yoga pose, in any given balance pose, stay playful in the mind. If you come out of pose, smile, come back in. That's all you need to do. Alright, then draw the foot forward, top of the mat. Alright. As we'll travel things back low. Alright. So next inhale, slow to circle arms overhead, deep breath. Exhale to hinge and bow. Fingertips tap the mat, lift and lengthen as you like, then plant the hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Add any final movements here, release and length. Okay. Then when feeling complete, your own time, go ahead, land back down, child's pose. Right. Any variation, any expression, some out there may be familiar with other expressions through the arms. Good. Then using child's pose to transition, final cool down. As you walk the hands upward, lift your seat, bring the legs out in front and come to lower down on the back body. Good. So as you lower down, stepping into Shavasana, final relaxation. For those of you at home, go ahead, take any final movements you need to seal off your practice. A reclined twist, soles of feet together, knees wide, anything you need. And here for today, as the eyes close, let them rest deep and heavy into sockets. The muscles seemingly melt off the bone as you dive yourself into a state of deep relaxation. Staying here as long as you like, as long as you need, integrating all the benefits of your practice. I'd like to thank you for joining us today here on Living Karma Yoga TV. Again, my name's Stephanie Williams. For any more information regarding Karma Yoga, its studio and classes, please visit www.karma-yoga.net. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon. Namaste.
May the